Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the text A Pact with the Sun. And we are going to start with the first lesson, A Tale of Two Birds. What is the meaning of tale? Tale means a story. So we are going to read the story of two birds. So here we go. There once lived a bird and her two newborn babies in a tall, shady tree in a forest. One day there was a big storm, and the tree in which they lived broke and killed the bird. Fortunately, the baby birds were safe. One landed near a cave where a gang of robbers lived, and the other outside a rishi's ashram. Children, do you know what a storm is? A storm means a very strong wind, and when there is very strong wind, you know that trees fall down and for many plants are destroyed. So here the nest of the birds were destroyed by the strong wind. One day, and then they got separated. One fell near the cave of the robbers, the other one landed near the rishi's ashram. Let's see what happened to them. One day a king came to the forest. He was tired and decided to take rest under a tree. Suddenly he heard a voice cry out, "Quick, hurry up. There's someone under the tree. Come and take his jewels and horse. Hurry or else he'll slip away." When the king looked up, he saw a big brown bird. He quickly got on his horse and rode as fast as he could. So now we see here that the baby birds have grown up, and one who landed near the cave of the robbers grew up like the robbers because he had always heard the robbers speak, and he wanted to rob the king, seeing the jewels and his horse. So, seeing the big bird, the king got frightened and he tried to run away from the place as far as he could. Now, let's see what happened to the other bird. After some time, he came to a clearing, that is the king, which looked like an ashram. It was the rishi's ashram. The king was tired and decided to rest for some time. Suddenly he heard a gentle voice inviting him to the ashram. When he looked up, he saw a big brown bird on the tree. He was surprised as it looked exactly like the one he met earlier. The bird then told him that he was his brother. So now the other bird that landed near the Rishi's ashram grew up in the Rishi's ashram, and he was very gentle like the Rishi. And here the king saw that the two birds looked alike, and he was surprised that this bird spoke in a very, very gentle way. When the king met the rishi, he asked him about these two birds, how each had behaved so differently though they look alike. The rishi then told the king that one is known by the company one keeps. The first bird always heard the talk of robbers. He imitates them and talks of robbing people. The second bird always heard the rishi welcoming people to his ashram and imitates him. So here the king was very curious to know how these two birds, though they look alike, they behaved so differently, and he asked the rishi. And the rishi told the king that one is known by the company one keeps. That means the first bird, he had always heard the robbers talk, and so he imitated them and he grew with the robbers, and so he always talks about robbing people. Whereas the second bird, which was with who was with the rishi, always heard the rishi welcoming people to his ashram, and so He imitated the rishi, and therefore he spoke in a very gentle way. That is what the rishi was trying to explain to the king. Now, having read the lesson, let's try to solve some textual questions. Number 1, where did the birds live? How did they get separated? Number 3, where did each of them find a home? What did the first bird say to the stranger? Number 5, what did the second bird say? 6, how did the rishi explain the different ways in which the birds behaved? So children, now you will read the text carefully and try to find the answers to these questions and write it neatly in your notebooks. Thank you and have a nice day.